Hi, I'm Paige Baumgartner, and I read What Happened to Cass McBride by Gail Giles. Meet Cass McBride, the pretty, popular girl who has it all. Money, the perfect life, and soon-to-be homecoming queen. Being homecoming queen is Cass's main goal this year. Everything she does revolves around getting votes, even rejecting a not-so-cool boy. David Kirby. Awkward, shy, the looked-over younger brother. David has a very bad home life. His mom is a crazy woman who blames him for all of her unhappiness. All day he is screamed at and tormented. Oh, except for when she's trying to look like a good mom to his brother. Kyle Kirby, the peacemaker. Kyle has recently gone off to college, leaving David at home alone with their mom. Kyle is the quiet, good-looking, hard-working older brother. The Kirby household is not the most functional one. All David's life his mother has blamed him for all of her unhappiness. Mr. Kirby is a pharmaceutical rep and is almost never home. As we know, just recently Kyle Kirby has moved off to college, leaving David home with their crazy mother. David's life just gets harder from here. When Kyle is home, he tries his best to keep David happy. He'd take him to the park or out to eat, even taught him how to climb a tree. And then we learn just a little bit about Cass's home life. Cass lives with her dad. He is very money-centered and always has to have the best things. This led to her mom leaving a few years back. Cass knew that her mom would always love her, so she stayed with her dad to keep his attention. It's no wonder Cass is so focused on becoming the next homecoming queen. One day, David calls Kyle. It's gotten worse at the house, and they need a plan. Kyle comes up with one of David asking out a girl, but not just any girl, one just like his mom was in high school, so that she'll be impressed. The next day at school, he does, a very sweet, sincere ask out. Cass thinks about either laughing or gagging. She tells him that she'll get back to him, but then writes a note to her best friend. She slips it under her desk, but after class, David actually picks it up. David calls Kyle later that day after school. Kyle? David, we need to make it quick. I've got a huge test tomorrow. Sure. I just wanted to thank you for all your help. Oh, did it work out, the date thing? I've got everything set up. Good luck then. I couldn't have done it without you. You're a great brother. Don't go mushy on me, bro. Just go for it. Don't have second thoughts, okay? Sure. Go for it. Gotta go. I love you, Kyle. Don't be a dork. That night, David hung himself on the big tree in the front of their house. The next day at school, everyone is talking about the hanging. Cass finds out when she's told in the girls' bathroom. She immediately pukes and gets really dizzy. The note is flashing in and out of her mind. That night, Cass takes some of her dad's pills so she can sleep and get her mind off of everything. Little did she know, Kyle Kirby would be burying her alive that night. He snuck into her room and drugged her. He dug a hole inside of the greenhouse. It was the perfect place, far away from everyone, where no one would suspect anything. Put her in a box and buried her. Then Cass woke up. Silence and darkness. She panics, kicks, screams. Kyle has set her up with a hose for oxygen and gives her water. He also puts a walkie-talkie in her hand. She's under his total control. Kyle hates Cass. He blames her for his brother's death and wants to torture her like she tortured David. After days of talking, arguing, and pleading, Cass finally gets Kyle to realize that his mom was the one who killed David. Kyle gets very angry but is proud of David. He told his mom off in the most public way possible. But still, all Cass sees is total darkness. She's trapped. Immediately, Kyle throws a rope in the back of his truck and speeds home. He gets to his house and holds a knife to Miss Kirby's neck. He plans to kill her like she did David. He screams and yells, fights with his mother. She yells, tries to get away, but he keeps power. They tumble down the stairs just as the police show up. The police had put the pieces together that Kyle had taken Cass. He is so angry, but the police stop him from killing Miss Kirby. Kyle confesses to taking Cass and tells the police where she is. The police arrest Kyle, but rush to save Cass. Police interrogate Kyle. He confesses to everything, and all the pieces fall into place. Paramedics and police officers race to the greenhouse, where Cass McBride is still buried in a box underground. She's all alone. They unbury Cass. She is in very bad shape and is immediately rushed to the hospital. Later, Cass wakes up in the hospital. She feels like she hasn't been there very long, when she actually has for years. Cass has anxiety and even clenches onto a tape recorder and tells the story over and over again at night. She waits to be called to the trial, but it has already happened and he's in jail.